Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to your own astrology channel, Eklavya Astrology. And today I am here to talk about Mars transit in Cancer. This transit of Mars in Cancer is going to be very deep and intense. It's a very important transit to understand why it is important. One, Mars is going debilitated. We all know that Mars is not comfortable in the Cancer sign. Then this Mars and Saturn, with Saturn, it is making a 6-8 connection, which we call in Vedic astrology Shadashtak Yog, right? And then it is going to be in trine to Rahu in transit. Like Rahu is in Pisces and Mars will be in Cancer. So there will be a, trine connection with each other. So because of all that energy which is happening right now, it was very important to discuss, about this, Mars transit. Mars, because if you see, Mars has transit in Cancer on 20th October, right? And it will be there in Cancer and Gemini both till June, 2025. So it will going to be a very long transit. In between, Mars transit, Mars will be retrograde also. It'll go back in Gemini and then come back in Cancer. And it entire period till, June 2025, Mars will be dancing in Gemini and Cancer both. So we really need to understand what is going to be having, what prediction we can make out of it, right? Mars as a planet, if you see, get exalted in Capricorn, which is, 10th sign of Kalpurush Kundli. Karam Karak, action oriented. Mars is all about action. Mars is all about aggression, right? When we in astrology, when we analyze, when we have to make prediction, right? We have to see where Mars is placed, where Mars is transiting. Why? Because Mars is action. If you have to make a prediction like in which month this this event is going to take place, then you have to see Mars transit. Mars is our action power, right? It's our execution power. Mars is, a planet which we analyze to analyze our action when we are performing. It's a self, it's a karka, Aries, ruled by Mars. When you study astrology and, even Vedic astrology or Bhrigu Nandinadi, any astrology stream you're studying, when you have to make a predict, when you have to make a prediction, or you have to timing, you have to time the event, like in which month the event will take place, there Mars transit will make a very huge impact. You have to analyze Mars transit, which in which sign, which area it is going, which, what promise Mars is making in that month. So basically, whosoever is learning astrology, Mars transit is very much important if you have to be proficient in, timing the event. But one thing is very sure and prominent here, that this transit is not good, right? Mars going debilitated in trine to Rahu with 6-8 connection to Saturn is obviously not making a very, positive kind of vibes. Cancer is because all about peace, and Mars is all about aggression and, violence. So it is not a very good sign. It's like an army journal, at a home, and making rules like you have to do at this time, all the home energy, like energy at a home is at a violence. There is an aggression there. Fights are happening, disputes are happening. Because of this transit of Mars in Cancer, people will be more, aggressive. They are emotionally not stable, right? And you'll find people around you, they're like jumping into the conclusion, right? They are very impatient. They become people become impatient by this time, whenever such yogas are happening. More war kind of situations, disputes are happening. People will be more prone to buying electronic gadget, or there will problem will be coming in their electronic gadget. Electricity issues, more burning events are happening, right? And in this time, people might get engaged into the land and property dispute more. And people who have a prominent Mars Rahu conjunction, or in trine to each other, or Mars Rahu having any degreeally they are close to each other, these are the people who will be impacted more during this time period. At this time, we should be actually controlling ourselves. What we can do, we as a human being, we have to control ourselves, that we should not behave immaturely or not to be aggressive, or because this is the time which is fight prone. You'll more get into the fighting because of any small issue. People can get into the fight right now, emotionally disturbed, very emotionally not stable, because Cancer And moon energy is what it all about peace. And Mars going debilitated there, it is going to, disturb the peace of mind. So now Mars, if you're, going transiting over your natal Ketu in the chart, or you have Ketu in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Then this transit going to be a problematic for you. Now, why problematic? Because Mars transiting over Ketu is not a good, makes not a very good yoga, actually, because you may face health issues, your mother may face health issues, right? Why it is problematic? Because when Mars transiting over Ketu or in trine to Ketu, then you may falling from heights, or you may suddenly have a problem due to falling from the stairs, or there is a injuries happening, disputes are happening, land dispute may happen, may trigger in your house, or your mother can get into the dispute. Mother may face more health issues during this time, right? Land related issues, land disputes may trigger too during this time, right? Mars Ketu energy here shows the blood loss, right? Or maybe a drip is taking place, a blood drip is happening due to surgery or some injury. This is also making a yoga which shows you can get into dispute, or police case may happen. People who rash driving, or people who drive without having license, they may get into trouble and disputes during this time. So avoid doing rash driving in this period. This time period, more property related dispute with mother, injury to mother, surgery to mother, right? Or you can have such problems can occur, blood loss can happen, low BP, blood related problem can trigger in this time. So be aware of that. If you are already looking forward for a dispute to resolve, like a land dispute is going on, or any dispute, property dispute is happening right now, then this time period can help you to get out of that, right? If already disputes are happening in the family, so you may get a resolution during this time. Now, if this Mars is in Cancer going over your natal Rahu, right? Or your Rahu is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then again, this is not a very good yoga. This is again problem. You'll be very impatient. You'll be very aggressive by this time, right? Suddenly you'll start shouting, or you may want to go to visit to Majwala or any Shakti Peeth during this time, or you may go to Bhairava temple or Bhairavi temple during this time. You will Mars with in the Cancer and trying to Rahu going over your natal Rahu, right? It's showing that this time you'll be more reactive, you'll be more aggressive, you'll be more impatient. You want to jump into the conclusion during this time. This is also a time period where you land up in dispute more during this time. And if you're a female, then you will see such behavior in your brother or your husband. If your brother or husband want to go out, right, want to go to foreign, or they want to settle down from like north to south, then this transit can help you for that. Mars going over your natal Rahu or in trine to Rahu, showing that you may get into the fight or dispute with your brother. You'll be more aggressive, or there is an aggression within the family right now. This is also a combination wherein if there is an old person is not very in a good health right now, can see a very tragic moments during this time. This is not a good yoga which is happening. Because of this transit, you may face more problem in your electronic gadgets, or there is a fuse which is happening, or maybe electricity issues may happen more into the like your fridge, your oven, your heater, or you may buy electronic devices this time more. This is also a time in case if you're looking forward for fire accident can happen. This is also a combination because Diwali is coming near to it. Any fire incident can happen, so be very aware of this. In case if you, your family, or any member in the family have such yoga, so just avoid any fire accident, or take care of any fire which is happening during Diwali. See, Mars transit over natal Rahu or Ketu, right? In trine to Rahu or Ketu, in both the energies are not good. Both showing surgeries, fire incident, right? And health issues, falling, both the energy. So all of you who may have, Mars, going over natal Rahu Ketu or in trine to natal Rahu Ketu, just take care of yourself and people surrounding you. This is not actually a right time. So till June, just take care of their health, their well-being more. Mars, if transiting over your natal Mercury, or your Mercury is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then it is showing that you'll be very that there can be a heated argument can happen. You'll be very aggressive. You become hot-headed actually, right? Aggressively communicating with people, or people may misunderstand you. You may not able to express what you want to say, right? And you'll be more argumentative this time. If you want to buy a new gadget, right, like mobile, laptop, camera, like mixer, grinder during this time, then this yoke can help you. Or you may face trouble of these devices during this time, right? Mercury, Rahu and Mercury on Mars communication, it's showing the combination, which is showing that, this is the time period wherein you can get into the problem, like skin related problem, communication problem, nerve related problem, cervical issues. In case there are business partnership which is facing, arguments, or already in problem, they will break off, or you'll have more fights with your friends, your siblings. This is not a good time. This is also a time wherein you will not you may hear bad news from your maternal or paternal aunt family, or from your friends and sibling may face health issues during this time. Mercury is what, our education, right? So in case if you want to make a career in electronics or mechanical engineering, you want to get an admission, you can get that. If you're a female, your brother or your husband wants to go for a training or wants to go for a foreign education, then this transit can help them in getting that admission. Again, this is a combination of, you may visit a CA, a chartered accountant, a lawyer during this time. This is also a yoga which is happening, which can take you to chartered accountant or a lawyer too. You can visit a CA, or you can consult a CA for some issue, or a lawyer during this time. This is also a combination in case if you'll get benefited in case if you're into marketing, digital marketing, you are a construction business, you yourself is a CA or lawyer, then this transit of Mars will actually help you. This will prove beneficial for you. So now Mars going over your natal sun, or your sun is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then there is a problem which is happening with your father actually. Your father will become more aggressive, he'll be more impatient. You'll have more heated arguments with your father may have blood pressure issues, or is health is generally you have to take care of your father's health, and don't get into arguments with your father during this time. Your father may suddenly start going to gym, or he'll be very physically active, he'll be playing sports. Or if he's already into the going to gym, or already into very active routine life, then he may have a health issues, or injury may happen because of this, because this is a combination of injury too. So son is our father, so what is happening, injury is happening to father. So you have to be very careful. Arguments and heated, he may not able to understand you may have understanding issues with each other, and you may face problem, more heated arguments are happening. Sun with Mars and Rahu combination, it is showing that you may have eyes related issues. You may, have more migraine, headaches, or, you're facing more headaches and migraines. Or you may want to buy a new, glasses, or may you want to change the color of your lenses, or new lenses you want to apply. This is all the combination which is making. This is good for, related to in case if you want to buy a new glasses, it's good. But related to your father health and the aggression in general is not very good during this time. Now moon, if your this Mars is transiting over your natal moon, or in trine to your moon, means you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces moon sign, then it's showing problem. Why problem? Because Rahu is already in trine to your moon, a transiting Rahu. And then this Mars in a debilitated position comes over your natal moon, or in trine to your natal moon, showing that there will be, health issues to your mother for sure. Generally, Moon Mars Rahu combination people, right? I have seen in their house food burned a lot or milk split over a lot. Generally in this transit, what will happen? You will have a craving, a more food craving, right? You wanted to enjoy spicy, tangy, crispy food. But this transit also showing, injury related to cooking. You may face, while cooking, you or your mother may be cooking. While cooking, they can have burn injuries or injuries that is happening. Your mother can also face such issues too. And secondly, this is a time when your mother will be more aggressive and she'll have more, you may get into a argument with her, so avoid doing that. Don't get into the argument. And she may have high blood pressure issues too during this time, right? It's showing surgery. It's very much visible during this transit that your mother can face health issues. Moon is what? Moon is our thought, man, right? Moon, when Mars transiting over natal moon and trine to Rahu, it's showing that you'll be very aggressive. It will showing that you'll be more, more frustrated during this time, emotionally very vulnerable. You don't, you have to control this. During this time, my advice to you is just please control the aggression, which may trigger. You may, get into fights easily, or you may get into the arguments easily, specifically with your mother or motherly like figure. And this theme can, happen to your mother-in-law, and if you have elder sister too, then also it can also trigger with them too. So you have to be take care. This is a very sensitive time period. During this time, if you have moon in Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, during this time, you or your husband, in case if you want to go and visit a water bodies, like, they want to go for a Haridwar, suppose, then this can trigger, because moon is what? Moon is also shows the travel, right? When we have to see the traveling, we also analyze the moon position. So Moon and Mars and Rahu, all this combination showing that you will be visiting towards a water body. Now, in case you have Saturn in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, then this Mars will be transiting over your natal Saturn or in trine to your natal Saturn and to Rahu also. Then showing definitely a job change. If you're looking for a job change, then this is the time period. Because what will happen, you'll face more arguments, you'll face more problem related to communication, politics, backbiting, disputes are happening. And because of that, you'll leave your job and you'll go for a new job. So if you want to go for a new job, this is the time period you will get a new job. Even whenever such combination happen with Saturn, especially in case if you want to look for a job in army, police, oil and refinery, army, area related to Mars and Saturn, you can get a job in that area too during this time. Saturn, Mars transiting over Saturn also shows that you may get in, you may start construction of your house too, or a minor construction will take place, like changing a tiles in the house, or probably a small kind of a repair work can also trigger during this time. Now, if you have Jupiter in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and this Mars will transit over your natal, Jupiter, or in trine to your natal Jupiter, and now Mars and Rahu both, then Jupiter is what? Jiva is more prone towards injury. Jiva is more prone towards having aggression. You'll be more aggressive, you'll face aggression, right? It will also make you more accident prone, so don't do that. Don't be very aggressive. Be All I advise over this video is that this is the transit specifically for people who have major prominent planet in Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You'll be generally feel more aggressive during this time, right? And just avoid in case if you do this. But in case if your Jupiter is in Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, then this transit can give you opportunity to visit a big temple, especially like Hanuman temple, or Ma Chamunda, Ma Jwala Devi, or Shakti Peeth during this time. You may also go to Bhairav temple. So for in terms of going to a religious places, going for some darshan, this transit can help you, surely can help you in this. This transit over your natal Jupiter or in trine to your natal Jupiter can trigger a pith in your body, increased pith in your body. You'll be more aggressive. So to channelize this energy, what you have to do, go to gym, join some sport activity, do something related to physical activity, then, or maybe engaging more in physical work. Then you can, you can be at ease, or your body will be at ease. Otherwise you'll be more injury prone during this time. So Mars in general transiting over your natal Jupiter or Saturn can give you a job in case of profession related to Mars, like army, police, oil and refinery, audit, law. Something related to that can surely can give you. Now Venus. If your natal Venus is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then this Mars will be transiting over your natal Venus or in trine to natal Venus, and Mars, Rahu is already transiting. Then it's showing that your wife, in case if you are a male, then your wife will be more injury prone. You'll my wife be more aggressive during this time. Relationship will face more dispute or more problem in general in home. More fights are happening. Both husband and wife both are arguing with each other. There are fights happening. Your wife will be more reactive. Whatever you do, she'll be more reactive. Or in case if you are a female, then you'll be more reactive during this time, and in generally argumentative. In case if you're looking for a divorce or you want to get separated, then this time period will gonna help you, right? Because I've seen people sometimes wait for years to get their divorce happen. Then this is the time period they can surely this transit can help them. And this transit will also help you in case if you want to, if you're waiting for someone to come in your life, you want to get married, you want to meet a potential partner, then this transit will surely gonna help you. So whosoever wants to get married or wants to looking forward for any relationship to start in general, or they're looking forward for a potential partner, then this transit would surely help. Mars transiting over natal Venus or in trine to natal Venus, you may have more sexual desire, right? The drive will go high, uncontrolled, in an uncontrolled way. Basically, you want to read exotic things, you want to dance, drive, dancing or listening loud music. This can also trigger. You may also purchase any equipment related to, like, musical instrument or anything related to dancing. You may also buy during this time. So this time period is good to engage into activity. Any physical form of activity is good. Or I would advise, in case if the couple who is happening, like a Tom and Jerry kind of relationship is happening between, they're both fighting with each other right now. So best way to get into some gym classes together or Zumba classes together, do some physical activity together, cooking together maybe can be a good idea. Sharing household work with each other can be a good idea during this time period, in case if you want to avoid any injuries or blood pressure related issues to your wife. Then you have to understand this is not a right transit till June. At least you have to be very patient. Okay, now we will understand this transit through your individual lagna, through your individual horoscope. For Aries lagna, your Lagnesh is going into the fourth house, right? Your Lagnesh is actually getting debilitated in the fourth house. And fourth house is what? Fourth house is your home, your environment, your mother. Now, there is a Mars energy there, right? So you'll face more dispute in that area. Like, because of emotional disturbance and some problem dispute, you want to leave your house, you want to go away from your home, or you may have more arguments with your mother. Your mother may face health issues, trouble. So, and you have to take care while driving, even because of rash driving, or because of some issues. This you can trigger accident, right? Injuries, surgeries. So basically, this is not a very positive kind of a transit happening for Aries ascendant. So take care of your mother this time. Now, this transit is happening in the fourth house, and mother. I already said that blood pressure issues and health issues can trigger. But in case if you are facing a land dispute, already in a dispute related to land or partition, then, or you want to buy a new property, then this transit will actually help you to get out of that. get out of that dispute, or in case if your property is already in a disputed matter, then this transit can help you to get out of, or get in your favor. The verdict can come in your favor in that area. Mars in Cancer for Aries ascendant. Now, in case if you want to do some construction in your house, then it can trigger. It can trigger the construction work, a minor construction work in the house, or you may want to have a new lights in the northern part of your house. If you want to buy a new vehicle, then you may look forward for in this time period during the Mars transit here, or suddenly you want to change the some electrical kind of thing you want to do in your vehicle, so that can also happen during this time. See, Mars is debilitated in the fourth house. So, mother, vehicle, property may have dispute, may come up with dispute, or you may have loss of peace of mind. There will be no peace in the home environment. There are more disputes. There are more aggression which is happening in the family. Now, for Taurus ascendant. Taurus ascendant, your transit is happening in your third house, and your seventh lord and your 12th lord is going into the third house, which is a yoga for travel, short travels, even the foreign travel. Now that travel is happening for you, but there will be dispute during the travel. You'll be This travel will not be very fruitful for you, right? Because there are more disputes and trouble showing in this because of this transit. See, this transit, in case if your husband or your younger sibling wants to go for a foreign travel, for a to study something, to learn something, or you want to learn a new skill like a driving skills you want to learn, you can during this time period, right? But in general, the health issues to your husband, to your sibling, or dispute with them can trigger. Or in case if they want to shift to foreign land, they want to go for some studies or for learning some new skill, then this transit will help them. Now, Mars transit for Gemini Lagna. So Gemini Lagna, they'll have second house transit, but their 11th lord and 6th lord is transiting into the second house. This will show 11th house lord is in second house, showing the yoga for money, because but this is debilitated, right? Mars is not comfortable here, so it is showing that these people will not be able to save money. There'll be more expenditure. Second house is speech. Sixth house lord is going into the second house, showing that dispute is happening due to their own speech. They'll speak a lot, or probably they'll speak without thinking. So they'll end up themselves into dispute or trouble. This yoga also showing the your food. Second houses are food. Now the food orientation is completely changed in this time period. You want to enjoy crispy, spicy, and tangy kind of foods, and it'll give more craving, and because of that the health issues can trigger, right? You really want to indulge in a bad item when it comes to food related. This transit also shows that dispute is happening while you're having your food, or while you're cooking food. Then dispute is happening with your mother, with whom you're or in general in the family, the conversation while eating food or while cooking food or in the kitchen, what is happening, the fight is happening. See, this transit also shows that food is more burning during this time in your kitchen area, or milk split over a lot during this time, or you may see many glass cookware of yours will break through during this time. Why? Because Mars is debilitated and it's showing a very difficult energy in the second house. So you have to take care of that. Though money will come during this time period, money will come to you, right? Because there's a yoga which is happening here. But then apart from money, it is also a yoga which is happening to going to a dentist, or maybe eye trouble is coming. You'll have some issues come to your eyes, or you want to go to dentist. That also a yoga is making here. So for Cancer Lagna, they'll having Mars transit in the Lagna over their head actually. So their 10th lord and 5th lord is transiting in Lagna, showing that they'll have dispute in their work area. They'll have backstabbing, disputes, politics. Everything is happening in the professional life, and because of that frustration, they might leave the job and look for a new job in this time period. You may feel overburdened, over exhausted due to your professional life, and because of that your personal life will also get triggered. You'll not be happy at home also, and you'll not be happy at your office area. So both of the areas showing disturbance. Now what is happening now, fifth lord is Mars, and going into the Lagna showing health issues because debilitated, and in trine to Rahu showing that there is a health issues or health trouble can happen to your child during this time. So you need to take care of that. This is a right time to go into gym or join some sports activity, because it's in Lagna. Mars is in Lagna there. So you, and fifth house, fifth house is of our activities. You want to get indulge into learning some new thing related to Mars, like gym or going into any sport or heavy activities which can ease out the energy, right? Now, for Leo Lagna, Mars will go to 12th house, right? Now, when Mars is going into the 12th house, being a fourth house lord and a ninth house lord, showing the trouble, change in the living place, one. Secondly, trouble to mother, health issues. Health issues definitely will trouble to your mother. And, because your peace is disturbed, so your sleep is also disturbed. This is the yoga happening for, Leo ascendant. Now, for Leo Lagna, in case if you want to change the living place, you want to go to travel to foreign land, this is the time period which can help you for that. But again, this is not a right time period for mother. Mother may also can go for a long travel because fourth lord going into the ninth house, showing that mother is also going into the long travel. But it is also showing the health trouble to mother, right? Because 12th house is getting involved. Now, because of 12th house, expenses are more because of hospitals or due to some injuries or due to health issues. And secondly, this transit in the Cancer sign, your bedroom life will affect. There'll be more. Either you will change the some interior or some construction take place in your bedroom area, or your bedroom life will go into trouble. There more, you'll be having more disputes or arguments happening in your bedroom. Now, for Virgo Lagna, Mars being the third lord and eighth lord going into the 11th house, that shows that you, and from 11th house, Mars will aspect the second house. Now, this is showing a kind of gain, right? Money gain can happen. You can have some inheritance comes to you. But this is also showing dispute with your elder sibling. With your elder sibling, you might get into dispute, or there's some fight or misunderstanding can happen here. Now, third lord is in 11th house, right? You may buy something, some equipment, some electrical equipment, because of learning of new skill, or you, because 11th house is what, big network like Facebook, Instagram, right? You'll be more visible there because of showing some skill of yours. So basically, in case if you want to be on a social media, or you want to be a social media influencer, or you want to make some page like you're good in something and you want to be now available on social media to make a big network or tell people that you're doing this skill, then this is the time period. You really should go and make this will make a profit. Why? Because 11th house is getting involved, second house is getting involved, eighth house, sudden rise, sudden gain, sudden things can happen here. Now, for Libra ascendant, their seventh lord and second house lord going debilitated into the 10th house, definitely showing a problem in their, workplace area. Peace of mind is disturbed because of no work life balance. They'll be more stressed due to their more disputes are happening, more politics, and they'll face more troubles, right? In journal, in their professional area. And because of that, their family life will be disturbed. Now, because of these disputes are happening in your work area, you'll feel fed up and suddenly you want to change the place, and job change will happen. So this is the time period for job change. If you're already looking forward for a change of living place, or you want to change a job right now, then go for it. This is the time period. You will get an opportunity. See, when seventh house is also involved, then this can happen with your husband. This is for females who are Libra ascendant. So in your husband life, this can manifest. They can have more they may more struggle in their professional area, in their office they will struggle a little more compared to the other days. These months will be more struggled, and they may get a job change, or in case if they want to go to foreign or living place change, then they can do in this time period. Now for Scorpio ascendant, your Lagnesh is going into the ninth house, right? See, Mars is going into the ninth house. What is happening? Your dispute is happening with your father, or your father, because of his arguments, or maybe debate, or maybe because of some conflict, he is getting into dispute, or he is getting into the trouble. Health issues can trigger to your father. Your father may face high blood pressure issues, or any blood related issues in general to him. For Leo ascendant, you will see that puja area, wherever your temple is placed in the house, some changes in that area. Or during doing some rituals or doing some spiritual practices, you are actually disputes are happening. Family is actually into dispute while doing some rituals. Or during doing a ritual like havan, or lighting a diya, a fire can happen, injury can trigger. So you need to take care of that in that area. Now, this is for Leo ascendant. This is a time for travel. Now, what Lagnesh is Lagnesh, right? Mars is what Lagnesh. Lagnesh is going into the ninth house. Ninth house is of long travel and spiritual travel. So what is happening? You may you may go into the spiritual travel, going to big temples like Hanumanji, Chamunda Ma, Jwala Devi temples, Bhairava, big temples known for high intense energy like Shakti Peeths. You may suddenly plan a visit in these time period, and you can have a darshan. But what happened is that this is not a idle time period for your father, actually, because of the health concern which I talking about. Or he may get into a debate over spiritual matter, like due to religiosity. Now for Sagittarius Lagna, see your fifth house lord, right, and your 12th house lord is transiting into the 8th house. This is the ideal time period in case if you want into getting into the speculation or stock market trading. Then this is the right time for you, because 5th and 8th is making a connection, 12th is making a connection. Right time for you to get into the speculation business. Or in general, you may get interested during this time to understanding more about stock market or speculation or trading, or maybe occult also. This also showing that your wife also can have health issues related to mouth related area, right? Why I'm saying it's second to seventh house. So it is showing the second house significance for your spouse. So Mars is debilitated there, being a 12th lord, right? Going into the 8th house. It's showing the health trouble to your wife or spouse due to which area? In their mouth area. Probably they can go to dentist, or they can have some issues related to ENT. Now, fifth house lord is going into the 8th house, showing that expenses are happening because over your kids, or your kids may experience health concern. They may you have to take care of your kids, because kids and your spouse will be more prone towards the injuries or health trouble. Now, one thing is very, very making a yoga in this connection to Sagittarius Lagna, that, something that was hidden from you can come into the limelight, or matter related to inheritance, which was not visible to you earlier, can come clear to you. You'll be, which was hidden from you. Now you have the clear idea for, about your inheritance. Or because this is like a yoga which is loss of something or loss of someone is actually making profit to you, because 8th house lord, oh sorry, 8th house Mars will aspecting the 11th house of gain. So loss of something or someone can become a gain for you. Now for Capricorn Lagna, you will have this transit happening in your 7th house. Now your 4th lord and your 11th lord is transiting in the 7th house, clearly visible for all of you that a dispute with mother and spouse can trigger this time. There'll be more arguments happening with the your wife, and your mother can have a troublesome time period during this time. See, your 4th lord is transiting into the 7th house. So, in case if you already have land related issues, or any dispute is happening, then you can get a clear idea of entire thing in this time period. Something about the land partition or can come clear to you. You'll be having a clear idea where we are heading. Or in case if you're not having such issues, then such issues can trigger. Visibly, it shows that surgery, minor injuries, burning, emotional disturbance to your spouse and your mother is it's making a very prominent yoga here. If you have for Capricorn Lagna, if you have something related to business partnership, trouble in your business partnership, it can call off. I mean, it can really break off during this time period. Or any dispute can trigger. If nothing is happening, then during this time any dispute can happen. Even with your spouse also, a dispute can happen. You will have more arguments in your married life, right? You have to really take care of that. Secondly, in case if you are into real estate or into the vehicle industry, then you'll face some trouble. And in general, in case if you do rash driving, I think you need to really take care of the driving this time, because it is more showing injury or accident during that area. So for Capricorn Lagna, one thing is, again, I forget to mention that seventh house, it can trigger marriage. This Mars in trine to Rahu, in case if your dasha and other things are promising, then marriage can happen during this time period. But because Mars is debilitated, so what is happening? During the marriage, the disputes are happening, or mother is getting sick, or your grandmother getting is sick, or mother is getting into dispute something, because Mars is there. So without dispute, the marriage is not happening, or without any illness or injury, the marriage is not happening. So this is a kind of yoga which is making for Capricorn Lagna. Now for Aquarius Lagna, see, your third lord, right, and your 10th lord getting into the sixth house, which is debilitated. Now, this is showing the health issues to mother, right, or dispute happening with the mother, because Cancer sign is of mother, it going into the sixth house. Mars is debilitated there. So dispute is happening with mother, or health issues happening to mother. Or it is also showing that dispute is, or because of health issue concern, you will have some problem in your professional area. Secondly, this is also a combination which shows that in case if you have already into the legal course, legal case or legal, court case is there in your life, and your natal Saturn is in good position, then this is the time period where you'll win that case. You'll be out of that court case, or you'll, win that legal war. Now, third lord is going into the sixth house. While traveling, the disputes are happening, or chalan are there. You'll having a issue with the police, so you need to take care while traveling. Right? No rash driving, no signal. You're breaking of the signal, or doing something which is not acceptable as per the law. Then don't do it, because it will land up you into trouble. Secondly, it is also showing that now this is also showing, showing a dispute or problem in your work life area. You may look for change of job in this time period. Your mother will be more prone toward dispute or health concern. Health will suffer a lot during this time period. So this is a kind of yoga which is, currently happening for Aquarius Lagna. Now for Pisces Lagna, your second house lord going into the fifth house. Now, what is happening for Pisces Lagna? Because of eating spicy, crispy, or very, outside food, fried, anything which is not good for health, you're eating, and then your stomach area is getting disturbed. Now, for Pisces Lagna, they'll be doing expenses, or there'll be more expense which is happening over the entertainment things, right? Your child may be facing more aggression during this time, or a childbirth may take place with surgery during this time. Now, in fifth house, what is it showing for Pisces Lagna? It can trigger a break in relationship or break in love relation. More disputes are happening in the relationship. And your second house lord is in fifth house, aspecting the eighth house, that it shows that you want to invest money this time, right? And because Mars is debilitated right now, so you will be having loss because of that investment. But in case if the already in your natal chart, if the combination is showing a promise of gain, then this is the time period where you will get gain because of investing somewhere. See, this is the yoga which is showing break in education, right? Because fifth house is involved, second house, eighth house, energy is involved, showing break can happen, break in education, or sudden losses can trigger to you because of wrong investment. Secondly, in case if you want to study law, you want to go for army, you want to go for police, you want to study mechanical, electronics, engineering, then this is the time period you may get admission in all these areas. For Pisces Lagna, you may, get inclined towards more sports, more adventurous activity, or you may want to enjoy movies which is more, showing a highly drama or action oriented or very adventurous in nature. And you'll want to, you'll be more adventurous in nature, and you want to experiment. You want to do experiment in life. This is the time period. Just don't be impulsive before, don't make decision in impulsion right now, and don't be aggressive in relationship. Take a calm and, steady approach in life. This is the time, frame which is showing you have to be very really calm and compose. So, guys, we have covered all the 12, Lagna, wherein Mars, what yoga it is making. I am sure by the end of the video, you will realize that I am only talking about the negative things only, and a little positive here and there. But you need to understand this Mars transit, as I said, it's going debilitated into the Cancer sign. And then in trying to Rahu and in sixth connection to Saturn is not a very good combination. And specifically, if this Mars is making any connection, or you have any planets like Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and your dasha, or your current time period is not good as of now, then this transit will affect you more. Otherwise, slight here and there may happen, right? I look forward for your support, and thank you so much. Pranam.